much for staying with us, Sunrisers, and we mean that. All right, lupus is an autoimmune disease where the immune system mistakenly attacks healthy cells in the body. And to bring awareness to this condition, the Lupus Foundation of Jamaica is mobilizing support across Jamaica for Wear Purple for Lupus. Today, we highlight the story of a mom, a warrior, Danelle Pinnock, who is living with lupus while consultant rheumatologist, lupologist, and president of Lupus Foundation of Jamaica, Dr. Desiree Tuller-Reed, brings awareness to this cause. Good morning, ladies, and thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having
us. It's always interesting to hear people's stories. I was saying to you earlier, I was reading our synopsis about you, and back in 2012, you got a string or a series of news, devastating things that could have really rocked your world, and did, I'm sure. One of which was your own diagnosis with lupus. And I just want to talk a little bit about going back to that day, hearing about that and how it affected you in that moment, especially as a mother.
Yeah, so hearing the news, it threw my world into a spin. Just to give a little backstory, at the time of my diagnosis, I just had my daughter. She was 2 months. My son was 1. My husband had been ill for some time, and we were trying to figure out what was going on with him. So I was in supermom mode, like I'm gonna hold everything together for my family and do this. And then I got the call from my doctor to say that the blood test results had shown that there is an autoimmune illness present, and it's more than likely lupus. And I literally just collapsed and started bawling, because at that point, lupus had taken the life of my favorite high school teacher, taken the life of a friend from university. And so it looked bleak. And I was like, how am I gonna take care of my family if I'm sick? You know, how's that going to work? And thankfully, one of my best friends also lives with lupus. And in that moment, I was able to say, okay, she's thriving, she's doing it, I can do it too.
You know, when you began with a smile. You greeted us with a smile. And I'm curious to find out, I mean, with this challenge, how you navigate each day emotionally, or you parent emotionally, and how you parent physically.
Yeah, so every single day brings challenges, but I would summarize it in 2 words: but God.
But God.
But God. You know, so I wake up every day not knowing what I can do. I have literally had seasons where I go to bed fine, and then my husband has to rush me to the hospital in the middle of the night. Any card can play, but God has given me amazing support. My community is amazing. Like, I could spend the whole show talking about the people in my life. As a mother, I've had to lean on that. It's a very humbling walk, because lupus will take you down to the bare threads. I've had seasons where I've been bedridden. I've had to be in diapers, had caregivers come to bathe me, feed me. At one point in my life, a win for the day was that I got to the bathroom and brushed my teeth. You know, so I've had to learn to accept help. I've had to learn to ask for help. I've had to appreciate the fact that my children are being taken care of, even though I'm on the sidelines. The fact that there are people who love them as much as I do, people who are caring for them. At one point, I was in and out of the hospital like a revolving door. And we had friends who set up a roster to pick up my children, keep them at their homes. For a whole year, a cousin of mine did that. My children were bathed, fed, homework done.
Amazing.
So just the fact that I know that there are people out there caring for them, even though I wish I could be doing all these things, but the fact is, I have challenges, and I have great support.
Yeah, and mothering is mothering is so much more than the things we do, though, right? And I bet you've learned that parenting comes in all different ways.
Yes, and I've seen my village.
Yes,
you know?
amazing.
You know what's interesting to an autoimmune disease is not something that can be passed from person to person. Dr. Tuller, why don't you tell us about what are the common effects, symptoms that you use to identify this particular
Yeah, like,
autoimmune
is there
disease.
something that we should be looking out for that says, you know, maybe I should go and get blood work done? What are there symptoms that show up like that for us to say, hey, I need to go and figure what's going on? People are watching right now and maybe experiencing those. I'd love you to bring those to the forefront.
Yes, I mean, there's a reason it's called the disease of many faces, because there's so many ways lupus can present itself. I think some of the most common symptoms, one can be joint pain, unexplained weight loss, fatigue, fever. These are not very specific symptoms, but they can clue you in that something is going on that needs to be checked out. Hair falling out, like you're losing hairs on the pillow, unusual skin rashes, especially rashes that make it worse with sun exposure, or rashes that are leaving a scar, not clearing up. You know, you can have symptoms like swelling, because, you know, this year for World Lupus Day, they were doing a worldwide survey of lupus patients, and more than half of respondents talked about kidney involvement that they were experiencing. So lupus is an important cause of kidney involvement. Unexplained swelling, frothy urine, you know, when you pee, it looks frothy. These are just some of the symptoms. Fingers changing color when it's cold. Sometimes mood symptoms, seizures. These are things that can occur because lupus can affect any organ in the body. Kidneys we mentioned are a big one, but the heart, the lungs. So symptoms can vary from person to person, but these specific things, especially with the hair, the skin, but not everybody has those.
Right.
So each person with lupus may present differently and have a different journey. But some are more severe than others.
Right.
Suppose I have like I'm listening now and I hear a few of these things and there's a light bulb going off for me. What's my next step? Do I go to my GP and say, hey, this is happening, and then be referred to a special, exactly, like what happens next? Do I just speak to my GP and say, I think I need to do some blood work? Is that the next step?
You're right. Speak to your GP and get your blood work done.
Got it.
And there's no one piece of blood work. So sometimes people want to be screened and they're well. That's unfortunately not helpful. So there's no screening that you can do to see if you have lupus. If you're not well, then we can look to find the reason you're not well.
You know, I have to ask before we leave, because I mean, pain can't stop my praise. I mean, you have outlined how difficult and challenging it is to be living with this, but then yet you say pain can't stop my praise. Talk to me about how you are able to embrace that ideology.
It came after a lot of trials and just really being able to experience joy and peace when I was down on my face. You know, so being in a hospital bed, not being able to move, pain all over the place, but I have joy. I'm looking forward to another day. I'm grateful. The Bible says a joyful heart is good medicine, you know, and so sometimes the pain meds don't help. I've been on morphine and still in agony. But I found that just being grateful and finding the littlest of things, it helps to keep you going, because there's so many things that could weigh me down and make me feel like, okay, I need to just give up, you know? And the thing is, as a mother, and I'm sure Tami can relate, the moment you find out you're going to be a mother, you start thinking about all of the ways in which you could possibly mess up this child, and you wonder if you're doing, you know, enough, and, you know, can you really be a positive influence in this child's life? Living with a chronic condition, whether it's autoimmune or chronic pain, chronic fatigue, you know you're at a disadvantage. And so you have to be able to highlight the things that, you know, you can be grateful for, affirm yourself. You say, okay, today I can't move that much, but I can do this, I can do that, you know?
So we're all wearing
your strength is amazing, and
your
strength is amazing and admirable.
Yeah, absolutely. We're wearing purple today and tomorrow, because tomorrow is Lupus Awareness Day. I want to know what the plans are, what's happening, how can people support?
Okay, so World Lupus Day is being recognized all over the world. It's not just in Jamaica. We're part of the World Lupus Federation, so we're out in our numbers this weekend and just speaking with one voice, raising awareness. You know, the theme is about make lupus visible. And it's just because many people struggle under the radar. And also there's not enough known about the illness. And so this is an opportunity for all of us in Jamaica. We have one of the highest rates of lupus worldwide. We have thousands of people living with lupus. Most of them are women, not all. Many are young people. And it just means so much. You heard Daniel talking about, you know, that support, that network of support. We can all be that network of support. It makes such a difference. This is why we exist as a Lupus Foundation. So today's World Purple Day. If you're not dressed yet, put on something purple for World Lupus Day. And if you have, just come by our center at Winchester Business Center, Unit 29, and pick up something purple to wear and show your support. If you need material to do your displays, it's not too late. Just give us a call, 778-3892, or come by the center. Check our website, lupusfoundationjamaica.org. For more information, get involved. We're having on World Lupus Day, which is Saturday, May 10, Strides for Lupus. So all across the island, we're doing walks and different activities to raise awareness for lupus. And you're welcome to join in. If you want to know the route, just give us a call, as we said, and you can find a route or an activity in your area. In Kingston, well, today, there's a walk at UTEC. So those who are in that area. And in Kingston, we will be starting from Knutsford Boulevard at the corner with Barbados Avenue and moving all the way into Halfway Tree and back around to our center. And we'll be having a special activity, Member Care Day for our lupus warriors, getting there, looking after them. So if you're not a member yet, do something about it.
I want to present to you this beautiful gift here. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you. Wow.
I'll hold this one for you in the meantime. But I just want to say, you mentioned earlier, you know, your best friend who was a symbol and a sign and a role model for you. And I just want to say thank you for being here today. So many people watching, you know, got a different view of lupus today, and you are now their shining star. So I love that. So thank you so much for being here. And Doc, thank you for all the amazing work you're doing to continue this fight. I love that. Thank you both.
And thank you for the strength that you share with us.
If for those who want to be involved as well, on social media, can use the hashtag #MakeLupusVisible.
Yes.
And POP, which is Put On Purple.
All right.
So everybody dress in your purple, hashtag POP.
Sounds good.
Put on purple.
I love that.
Have been Daniel Pinnock, and Dr. Desiree Tullow. We read more on Sunrise and we return.
Awesome. Thank you so much. These things matter so much for people to see you and see you smiling and talk about your story, because it's so lonely, right? And as you said,